Cal, the way they shot threes, I think it's the fewest they've made all year. Was that you? Was that them? A combination of both?
Probably a combination. I mean, they missed a lot of open ones that they normally make. Our goal was to try to hold them to 8 threes. That's what we were shooting for. We figured if we had them to 8 threes, it would be middle 60s. And we thought, well, we can score a little bit more than that, and that was our whole goal.
Was the idea in that to try to stay home on Beal and Boynton?
Well, what they do a great job of, they do it in pick and rolls and just simple penetration. They get their threes off of that stuff. So we were trying to zone up pick and rolls. We were trying to switch some pick and rolls. We switched if we had to. And the reason being, if they got a drive to the rim, that's when they get threes. Or a drive baseline, they throw weak side corner. And you know, we only had one day to, obviously, to prepare for it. That's the problem with playing Saturday, Tuesday. You only have one day to prepare. I mean, it's awful. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But we'll deal with it, and we'll. But it's, you know, we went and just said, okay, we're going to stun off those guys and made it hard. And then, you know, again, you know, Boynton came down and made those shots at the end, you know, and he's capable of doing it.
John, what is it about Michael that in your biggest games, or the ones that people talk about as the biggest games, he plays his best basketball?
He has a fierceness to him. There's a fierceness. I told him this game, this was a rebound game, and the reason was Bradley Beal rebounds. He's like their leading rebounder, right behind Young, like a percentage behind Young. So now all of a sudden, Michael, that's why we put Michael on him and I didn't put him on Walker. But let me say this too. We're talking about Michael, we're talking about Anthony Davis, but what about Marcus Teague? 12 points, 10 assists. He is playing, getting everybody shots. He ended the half, Duran 3. He got him those shots. And that gave us some breathing room, up 12. You know, he played well. Darius made shots. Duran made. I mean, you know, we played pretty good.
John, so many people talk about Davis and his shot blocking, but can you just talk about the rest, the way your guys play defense, and that your defense is not just him blocking shots?
Well, we got a long team. Michael Gilchrist, Terrence Jones. I mean, we got a long team. Duran Lamb, Darius Miller. I thought Kyle Wilshire followed the game plan today. He played. No, they made a basket on him, but he did what we told him to do. And the other thing with Kyle, you got to guard him. Now, at the end, he tried to get the ball in the basket. He should have kicked it out. But the reality of it is you have to guard him. I'm up in my office. I look out the window. He's in that gym shooting. I mean, he's spending that extra time. But I don't know how I got on to Kyle from that, but we're playing good defense from a lot of different positions.
John, just talk about how much fun this is for you as a coach to watch those guys perform like that.
Well, my thing to Michael was I want to make sure he's smiling. You know, a couple games ago he wasn't smiling, and I'm like, you should be smiling every game. And I told him and Anthony, I said to both of them, I said, you two understand, these guys love playing with you because you don't command the ball. You defend, you rebound, you block shots, and they get to shoot all the balls. What's better than that? And I said, but let me say this to you. They get all the accolades. You guys are getting a lot, and they got to deal with that stuff too. And our team is. They know those two are playing well, but we've got a bunch of other guys playing well right now too.
John, why do you think Michael is not smiling more?
He read something you wrote. I don't know what it was. Something, but
It usually makes people laugh, actually.
if I read it, I could tell you, but I don't know. But I would tell you, he's a good kid, and he takes everything. He reminds me. He reminds me of Derrick Rose, in that he's tougher on himself than I am on him. Like he came running over during the game and says to me, you know, Coach, I'm sorry. I said, stop, just have fun and go play. He's a great kid.
John, can you also talk about Marcus's defense, what improvement you've seen there and how you thought he did tonight?
He had one play where he broke down and he kind of stopped on a play, and they had a 3 in the corner right in front of our bench. Short of that, he's terrific. I mean, he's getting back. He's stopping the ball. You can't dribble around him. I'll tell you where he's great, in pick-and-roll defense. It's hard to screen him because he is a pit bull.
John, Florida
Careful,
was
Jerry. Yes. Careful.
Shook
Turnover.
me up there. For a second there, I thought you were reading my story,
No,
so
no,
I'm really going
please,
to get
no,
worried.
no.
What, Florida was hanging in there with you guys, and then for the last 10, 11 minutes of the first half, they really struggled to put the ball in the basket and then on into the second half. What changed?
I don't know. And I'll watch the tape and figure out, but, you know, I was happy with how we played, and we scored the ball pretty well at a good percentage. We made threes. We made free throws. We had 13 turnovers. You know, a couple of them sloppy, a couple of them created by Florida. Look, Florida's a top 15, 10 team. They are. I mean, someone had them ranked as high as 5, and I believe they are. They just didn't shoot the ball well today. Now, we're going to go down there, and they'll probably make 20 out of 30. And we'll go home with our tail between our legs. They're a terrific team. They got size. Murphy's way better than he was. Young is better. They've got those 7, 8 guys. Beal is legit. So, you know, they are a good team.
Cal,
John.
sorry. Cal, is Michael Gilchrist the longest striding transition offense guy you've had?
I'll tell you what, when he gets the ball in that open court, he takes 2 strides. He's about NBA line. In 2 strides, he's laying it in through traffic, tucking the ball. He's pretty good. We always tell our guys, if he's out ahead of you, you must give him the ball. If you don't, you'll come out of the game, because he's always going to make something good happen.
John, could you talk about the way your team's executed lately, tonight especially, out of timeouts? If you think that's a sign they're maturing?
Again, I don't remember every time out, but we did some good things. You know, when you shoot a pretty good percentage from 3 and from the 2, you're executing, you're creating good shots. But the other side of it is when they spread the court out on us and teams choose to press us, you start dunking balls. That's 1 for 1. I mean, that's a pretty good offense. And, you know, Terrence had a couple, but it was good. It was a good, like I said, a good effort. We out-rebound them. They get 18 offensive rebounds. They had 10 at half. That was like a sore spot. You know, I thought a couple of our guards should have come up with balls that we didn't.
John, your team just beat a top 10 team by 20 points. You've got Vandy on Saturday. Is this a team that will respond well to that kind of success?
Well, we start 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores, and Kyle Wilshire's a freshman off the bench and a senior, so everything is new to us. I have no idea. That's why you want to go see. Let's find out. Let's see. They'll have tomorrow off. We'll practice Thursday. We'll practice Friday, and then we go to Vandy, play a 9 o'clock game. Is it game day up there, someone said? So it'll be nuts. It's nuts anyway. It doesn't need to be game day. It's just, you know, did they change? I heard they changed the benches to the sides. Did they? They didn't? See, that's a problem.
Cal, along the same lines of what Mike just asked you, was this in any way a measuring stick game for you, just to see where your team was considering the opponent?
No, because they didn't shoot it well. You know, what we need to do is have a team come out and go nutty on us and have us have to respond to that and then hold on to win a tight game. And this is a team that will, again, it'll be a different game at Florida, I promise you. I know what it'll be down there. And, but it's, you know, it was a good win. I'm glad we win. I'm glad we, you know, stretched it out a little bit. But the reality of it is, you know, they're a terrific team, and they're going to be fine.